Perfect.
Oh,
Maybe I can just say one thing before we start. Um, I can see that some of you are exchange students. If everybody who's an exchange student, that means that students that come from another home university, if you could just stay a little bit in the room after we finish the first set of slides, because we would like to share some information regarding course choice and a reminder with you. So thank you for staying on a little
yes,
while after.
great. So without further ado, we will begin the presentation. Going to, okay. mm, Yes, perfect. Okay, so welcome to the first pre-arrival webinar we have for the spring term. So it's accommodation, since we know that is a hot topic. So I will begin. So before that, we have the Goin app that you should join. This is a really good way to connect with students that are in your shoes, so students that have not arrived, and current students. So this is a good community to ask any questions you may have, how living at University West is, any questions about accommodation, introduction, also just in general, like hobbies. I know students have made groups on here on shared hobbies. So this is a good way to make new friends. So the QR code is in the bottom if you would like to join. And if you forget to join this time, no worries. You can always email us at international@hv.se and we can send you the link. So this is what we'll be going over. So what to expect before accommodation, housing information, what the housing is like, and where to find the housing information, your termination period, residence permit information. So I don't think we talk as much about that, but just if you have any small questions. And then, as my colleague was saying, she will have information specifically for exchange students at the end. So before arrival, so accommodation application form. So it is actually not on our website. So I have sent a link to all you. So if you have not received the link, please email us at accommodation@hv.se, and I'll also have the email address at the end. So no worries. But the deadline to apply is December 1st. So it's important to apply before that so we can reserve accommodation for you. So if you're living in Sweden already, apply to the housing companies directly as a Swedish student. So that should not be a problem. So if you have a personal number, you can apply directly to them. We recommend going that route since like, so we mainly assist students without personal numbers. If you need a residence permit to come into Sweden, you will only be placed in the accommodation/apartment after you receive your permit. So you can just send us a picture of your residence permit card, and then we'll send you an offer, but we cannot do it before. If you're coming with your family, we cannot uh, house families. We're not allowed to. The landlords will not let us. So recommend you can we recommend that you apply directly with the landlords. And if you need any of the landlord's contact information, you can always email us as well, and we can just send you the links. So if you're wondering when should you arrive for your accommodation, just arrive, on your move-in date. That's the number one rule. So move-ins start January 16th, but most of your move-ins will be between January 19th and 23rd. We cannot guarantee an earlier move-in since availability. We do not have a gap between the two terms. So as students are moving out, we're placing new students into those apartments, and there needs to be a few days for, you know, landlords to inspect the apartment and also to clean the apartment. So that's why there's a little bit of a delay there. So before arrival, so start of placements of students will be beginning of December. Um, and then your offer letter will be sent from accommodation at hv.se. If you do not respond in 48 hours, you will lose your space and be put on a wait list. If you decline the offer, it's the same thing. You will be on a wait list. So please keep, if you do not receive an email, like an offer the first week of December, then we recommend you reach out to us to see what is going on. And this is only for students that have received their residence permit cards and students who don't need a residence permit card to enter Sweden. So if you still have not received your residence permit card by December 1st or the first week of December, it's no worries. We place students throughout December in that case. But for students who are already guaranteed or are able to come into Sweden, you will get your offers the first week of December. So yeah. So contracts. So after you accept your offer, you will receive a contract from Hammer Nordic and ADAR, and they actually do this close to your move-in dates. Unfortunately, it's hard for them to do it right away since they are handling many students at once. So I recommend they will send your contract to you the week before you arrive. But as long as you received a confirmation from us that we have received your acceptance for your apartment, then you should be fine. And you can always ask us if you do have a reserved space, and we will let you know. So December 1st, again, is the last day to apply for accommodation with the university. You already have received a link to the application in your email. So if you want to know our website, it's the QR code, accommodation information. And I can also show you what it looks like to find the info. So you enter the link, and then this is the web page you come to. So you come to what we offer, step-by-step process, and accommodation rules. I recommend all of you to look into the accommodation rules since this can clarify some questions you have, what you can and cannot do. Um, Step-by-step process. So the that shows you what to expect and what we offer. So what types of accommodations we offer. So what we offer, so responsibilities so if you go down to accommodation options, you can just click on ADAR or Hammer Nordic to see what we have to offer, and it will get you to the next web pages. So I think, yeah, right here. So it shows you the different campus housings we have, but we can go back. So the housing information. So Um, yeah. So it's first if you get placed by University West, it is 100% furnished. If you get placed directly by the landlords, you might not have that same possibility. You would have to talk with the landlord about that. But with the furnishings, it includes a bed, table, chairs, cooking equipment, plates, and cutlery. So pots, pans, everything you need for cooking, for basic necessities. And also, each accommodation includes a communal laundry room. It's free to use. There's just a booking system depending on where you live. So some use like a lock and key booking system where you have dates and times and you just put your lock into that to book. And then some have a digital booking system. So you can check with your landlord which one um, you are in. So the housing options that the university offers right now. So Lantmannavägen 38. So Blåvingen, which is Lantmannavägen 100. So Skördeträskan, which is Slottervägen 120. Then Lasartsvägen apartments, so 3 and 5, and then on campus corridor style. So corridor style means that you have your own bedroom, but shared like bathrooms and kitchen on each floor. And also our Lasartsvägen apartments, we have single apartments, but also shared apartments. So shared apartment would mean that you share a bedroom, so not just the apartment with a student, a bedroom. There's separate beds, of course. And then you have you can have a separate living room and kitchen from the bedroom. but we do not have other shared apartments where it's shared. So it's like two people in an apartment with separate rooms and then a shared kitchen and bathroom. It's either a corridor style or shared bedroom for those. And then, of course, we have single apartments as well. So the rents can go up to 8,000 crowns a month, but that's not super common. But most of the accommodation falls between 5,700 crowns to around 6,000. Housing company will confirm with you via contract, and then location is all of student accommodations are easily accessible by bike and or bus, and some you can just walk as well, but they are within Trollhättan, so you don't need to commute to another town. And there's a lot of bike paths. So on-campus housing. So unfortunately, with the 8R apartments, I bolded it. So the rents that we have there, they will not be the same for 2026. The landlords actually don't know the rents yet. And this is only for 8R housing. They will know later in December, so we can only give an estimate because we don't know how much the rents will go up. Yeah, just wanted to put that out there. So for on-campus housing, it's on campus, so it's like a 2-minute walk to class, I would say. It's located where the student union is, which is really nice. So number of rooms is 35, split over 4 floors. The address is on campus and distance, room size can be 10 to 15 square meters. So that's yeah, just your bedroom. And then of course you have shared facilities. So this is what it includes. And then the rent includes heating, household electricity, water, and broadband from Telenor are included in the rent. You need, so network cable or router for Wi-Fi is not included. So you would need to supply that yourself. And so laundry room is bookable on the second floor. So yeah. And then where to Chescon? So the address is Slottervägen 120. So number of studio apartments. So these are unshared apartments. Then a lot of students live here already. And so you get furnished bed, table, chairs, cutlery, and cooking equipment. And the rent, again, is based on 2025, so we cannot give you exact amount. And included, again, is like heating, electricity, water, and broadband cable internet. So you would need to supply your own router and network cable. And then you have laundry room and bicycle room in separate buildings. And so then lot Monovegan 38. So studio apartments. So distance is 3 kilometers, and the size is between 26 and 38. And the rent is based on 2025 again, and it includes heating, electricity, water, so same thing. And a laundry room is available in separate building. So Blåvingen apartments, so lot Monovegan 100, distance is 3 kilometers. And so you can read all this information on our webpage. So it's pretty straightforward, I would say. And then our lost hearts begin 38. So these apartments, their rents are already set, so it'll be around 5,800 per month, like for each person. And then if you do have a shared apartment, so shared bedroom, you would split the 6,000, around 6,700 with your roommate. So you would not pay the whole thing. But yeah, so the rent is paid on a monthly basis there. And included, Wi-Fi is included in this, so you do not need to supply your own router or network cable. It's already there. And heating, electricity, and water. So the rent covers everything there. And then, so pickup information. You can pick up your keys from our accommodation booth. So it's a table near the service center. It's going to be hard to miss us. Um, please look at when your contract begins, and that is when you can pick up your keys. You cannot pick them up before at all, since the apartment might not be ready. So it's better to come on or after your move-in date. We do on January 16th have extended hours, so our accommodation table will be open from 10 to 8 in the evening. So you have more time to pick it up. If you cannot come during that time, please let us know and we can pair you with a student ambassador, but you will need to let us know 2 days, 2 working days in advance so we can prepare somebody to help you with that. So termination period. So please look at your agreement to see your termination period. Usually it is a 3-month termination period. That means if you were to cancel your apartment now, then your agreement would go until December, January, and end of February. So it doesn't matter if you cancel it in the middle of November or the beginning of November, it does a 3 whole month termination period. It does not do it by weeks. So contact info. So for any questions about accommodation, you can email us at accommodation@hv.se. If you have any international student queries, of course, contact international@hv.se. And then question time. So after question time, we will be talking more about exchange students. So exchange students, please hold on until after question time. But if you have any questions, please write them into the chat, and then my colleague will read them to me and I will answer them. So,
Yes, absolutely.
so does anybody have any questions?
Maybe in the meanwhile that you're thinking of questions, we can already answer some frequently asked questions. For example, so our classes start on the 19th, but maybe our housing contract starts on the 20th or 21st. What's recommended to do?
Yeah. So in that case, we recommend you first tell your professor that you will not be in person until your contract. I mean, the staff knows that, or faculty knows that there will be a delay for some students arriving, so it's no problem. Unfortunately, we cannot move you in before, so that's why we say we recommend you arrive on your move-in date, but you will get accommodation. It just might not be at the, right before the term begins, which is totally normal. You are not the only one with that issue.
Another question I heard before is, so I heard the introduction days are on the 12th and 13th. So I'm confused that the housing starts on the 19th or 16th. Can I join these digitally, the introduction days?
Yes, so that's a good question. So our introduction days are only digital. It is kind of hard to join in person, the 12th and 13th, since we will be in a studio, that only fits around 5 people. So it will only be digital, and we strongly recommend, it's mandatory for all new international students to um, go to those internet or go to those introduction days digitally. If you're not able to go, no worries. We will have them in recordings and we will send them out as well. So we highly recommend that you partake in them.
Great. Okay. Do I have any other frequently asked question?
That's
Can
okay.
you
We
think
can
of
just
any?
go on to the exchange student
Yeah.
information. And if, anybody has burning questions, just put them in the chat and then
Mhm.
we can answer it at the end. So I'll share my screen again.
Yeah. And oh, there is a question, Maddie.
Yep.
And if there is any other questions, we can also answer them at the next webinar. We have weekly webinars,
Mhm.
or just email us. But the question is, all my courses end at the end of March. Is it possible to have accommodation only until the end of April, for example?
We can just end your contract at the end of March or beginning of April. We're very flexible when we end the contracts. You just need to let us know ahead of time before the contracts are made. It's a problem when you let us know a month before you want to leave because then you have to go by the contract termination period. So when we send you the offer, just let us know. I would like to have my contract until this date, and we can make that work for you.
Okay, one more question. Is the taxi always available? I mean, what if I reach there at 5 a.m. in the morning?
So, what I recommend in that case is you just book a hotel because the problem is we might not have a student ambassador at 5 a.m. to meet you with your keys. So, taxis are always available, and you can ask us which taxis are in Cholaton, and we can send you that information. But if you come here at 5 in the morning and wanting your keys, that might be another story. We recommend you just book a hotel or yeah. So
From where can I buy SIM cards?
yes. And so we will actually be passing out free SIM cards for your arrival. So you can pick them up at the University Service Center. And it's just you load up money onto it. So I think they might be having a service where the first month is free, or it has like, oh, you get 5 GB for free, and then you have to load up the money on there. But if you arrive before our opening hours, then you can buy SIM cards at the train station kiosks, I think. So any type of kiosk, like small shop or most shops, I shouldn't say all, but they usually have signs on the outside. So like I can just write to you like some examples of what it so Komvik is like a popular one and Leica Mobile are usually ones that are sold in these kiosks.
Can I choose in advance to have a room to myself?
Yes, so during when you apply for accommodation with us, there is a section at the bottom that asks for living preferences, and you can just say, I want to live by myself. And we never put students who um, want to live by themselves into corridor because we understand that privacy is important.
Are there shared rooms for 3 people or is the maximum 2 people?
2 people. I think it might get a little crowded for 3 people because the square meterage on the shared bedroom apartments are 40 square meters, so it might be a little cramped to share that with 3 people. Yeah.
And I have one more frequently asked question, I guess. So I'm an exchange student, and I heard from all my colleagues that we're all ending at the same date, which is the 7th of June. Will my contract be automatically terminated, or do I have to also terminate my contract 3 months in advance of the semester?
Yes, so on your offer letter, it'll say when your contract goes to. So it goes till the 15th of June. So if you do not want it to go till the 15th of June, you need to let us know, and then we can just change it when we send it to the landlords. So it's
So I
important.
can,
Oh, sorry.
no, no,
So
you
it's
go first.
important to read the whole offer letter to see what dates that your contract will be valid for. So you can let us know if you want to change it before we send the final information to the landlord.
So I can extend my contract over the summer.
Yes, of course. But the latest you can extend it to is August 15th, since we will have a new batch of students coming later in August.
Great. Okay, and one more question via the chat. Can I reject the offer on the grounds that the price is too high for me and request a new one?
So, yes, if you reject the offer due to the price, we will just put you on a waiting list. And then if we see something cheaper, we'll offer it to you. But that's not guaranteed you'll find an apartment or you'll get an apartment with us. So, I mean, yes, it's unfortunate if, the price is more expensive than what you're able to do, but we have limited inventory for accommodation, so we try to meet the students' needs as much as we can.
And one more question. Sorry, I arrived late. No worries. I would like to ask if we have to pay a deposit for the accommodation.
No, you do not. Any
Okay.
other questions? Or should I? Yeah. We're gonna talk about exchange student things.
Yep.
And if you still have questions, you can write them in the chat and we'll answer it after. So,
Definitely. So, all the program students, everybody that's studying a full program here at University West, don't be confused. This information is not for you. This is only for exchange students, which is students that have a home university and come here for one semester or a full year.
yep. Oh, one more
Okay.
thing I
Yep.
forgot to mention. Please register for your courses. It is for program students, not exchange students, but program students. When you're able to, on your student page, when you get that information, please register. It is very difficult to register after you arrive here. So register ahead of time. Yes. Okay.
We have one more question in the chat. Is
Yes.
there any curfew?
No. Well, if you want to pick up your keys, I wouldn't call it a curfew, but we recommend if you arrive after 10 o'clock in the evening that you find a hotel for the night and then just come back in the morning and we can give you your keys. But because it's not guaranteed that we can find somebody to hand you your keys at midnight. So, yep.
Okay, great. So, it's great that you're all here in the webinar. So the reason why I'm mentioning course choice one more time, I'm sorry for annoying you so badly about this, but I already sent some reminders. Some of you have not entered your course choice yet. Unfortunately, we're gonna have a very hard deadline from our side of the university by mid of November. So I will have to report like your course choice that you made on the 15th of November to the other department so that they can register you in time. If you have not made a course choice, please do that as soon as possible. So for giving you some guidance, this is the sheet. You can find it on our website. I'll show it to you. Ah, perfect. Thank you so much. So this is where you can find it. If you're selecting our website, hv.se in English, then you go to Start Education and Exchange Studies, and then you arrive at this page. And courses offered at University West is the little picture to the right. And then you can find this Excel sheet and which lists basically in which period each course is given. We do not have schedules yet for the courses because the schedules are set 2 weeks before Um, the courses start. Yeah. I think this is so far the most important you need to know. Maybe we can skip one more time back. If you're a student on the master's level, some of the courses are in like a darker blue or a darker green. That is a master level courses. And the brighter blue and brighter green, I hope you can see this, is bachelor level courses. If you are on studying on a bachelor's level, you're not allowed to take any master's level courses, unfortunately. So you will select your course choice in collaboration with your departmental coordinator, and you can always email them and ask these questions, but they will say the same. As a bachelor student, you cannot select master courses, unfortunately. I'm sorry for the few courses on the business department. Unfortunately, we had to cut down some courses last year, but in the future there will be more. But unfortunately, this is what we can offer right now. Yes, then we can skip to the next page. One more, please. Oh, okay. So this is our email address. The E should be on the other row. Um, but you can always reach us under international at hv.se if you have any questions or need help. And then we can go to the next page. So there is two different systems. Some of you are running on the old system, and some of you already have access to the EWP, which is Erasmus without papers or digital learning agreements. All these things, I'm sure you've heard them before. So this is the old process. This is trying to explain the process for you that does not have access to EWP or Erasmus without papers or any digital learning agreement. So I tried to list the universities that are affected by this, that have not implemented this yet. And also for anybody of you that's not coming from the EU and from a non European university as an exchange student, this is what's important for you. I think you've already done most of the steps, so but just in case for the ones that have not done their course choice yet, I'm just going to explain it one more time. So you create your account, you log in, and then you have like a little link. If we skip to the next page, I think I copied yeah, complete course choice selection. This is where you click to enter your course choice, and then you can like enter the course code of your home university and the course code at our university, of the courses that you want to choose here and the ones you want to substitute at your home university. If we skip back one slide, please. Thank you. Um, exactly. So then you receive approval or recommendations to change your course choice from your departmental coordinator at our university. And they either say, oh, you need to exchange this course for the other course because you're not eligible, or all these things, or just they approve. And then you will be able to download your learning agreement in the platform as a PDF. And this PDF you share then with your home university. They put their stamp and their signature, and then you send it or you upload it back into the platform in Mobility Online. Um, yes. And then after you've submitted your course choice, then this is where we're in the white box. Then I can communicate this to our um, other department that then actually registers you to the course. So there is many systems involved. Now you're working with Mobility Online. When you've arrived here to study, you'll use Ladoc and Canvas. So, and to skip over to the other two systems, this is why we need to register you. So this is the more manual process. We have a little bit closer control. So also when it comes to course changes, like if you want to change either now already or once you arrived your courses, then we can just do it anytime, basically. The course change as soon or as long as your home university and our departmental coordinator approves. This is, however, different for the new process, the digital learning agreement. Thank you so much. Um, so here it's important. You need to do the full cycle in order to be able to make a course choice, a course choice change. So if you want to change your courses, you cannot just change them anytime in the process. You need to change them at the end of the cycle. So I'll go through the cycle again. So you log into your mobility. Um, However, so you log into your home university's platform. Maybe it's Mobility Online, maybe your home university uses a different platform. I don't know. This is where you enter your course choice. Then it's signed by your home university coordinator, and then it's digitally sent via the system EWP to us. Here, our departmental coordinator approves or rejects. If he rejects, it skips back to you and it goes to cycle again. So it goes to your home university coordinator and then to us again. And then he approves or she approves. And then the course choice is also shared to us and to our other department, basically. So if you wanna, this seems very straightforward. Sometimes there is a lot of time difference between these steps because people look at their emails like at different points of time and all these things. So what's important you cannot do is you send in a course choice, it got approved by your home university, but it has not been approved by our university. Then you notice, oh, you actually want to change your courses and you send one more course selection. No, no, please don't do that because otherwise it will like there will be duplicates in the system and we cannot register any of the ones to you. So this is a little bit difficult. Make the full cycle and then if you want to do changes, do the full cycle again. Okay, I hope I was clear. I know this is difficult to understand. And if you have questions, email us anytime, international@hv.se, and we're happy to help you. Great. Are you like, do you have any more questions regarding course choice? I can see that we have got some more regarding housing. So if you have any questions, just send them in the chat and we can continue with the questions in the chat. Okay. I think it was already stated, but at which point will the move-in date be published? Also, Järnvägsgatan 17 was not mentioned in the presentation, although it's listed as an option. Can we currently not be accommodated there?
Yes, so unfortunately, we do not have the Järnvägsgatan apartment that we can place students, but the landlord, if you can always reach out to the landlord to ask if you would like to be placed there, but the university does not place students in Järnvägsgatan 17. Also, your move-in date will be published or said when you receive your offer letter at the beginning of December. Not December 1st, but the first week in December, you will find your move-in date.
If we have already filled out the form for accommodation and made mistakes, is it possible to change the information and living preferences by returning the form?
Yes, you can just fill out the form again because I just delete duplicates and I use the most recent application you fill out.
I'm an engineering science student at a bachelor's level, but I do not do mechanical engineering. So it is not possible for me to take AI and automation classes. Um, So that depends on your transcript. You or like the courses that you've done before. You've uploaded your transcript, and your departmental coordinator is the one looking at these at eligibility. So if you're an engineering student, it would be Darwin that is your departmental coordinator. You should also be able to have his email, I think, through Mobility Online. If not, you go to the website, like hv.se, and there you can search for staff and you just type Darwin. I can also respond in here and I can just um,
Do you want me to
send
read
his email in here. Or
Do
do
you
you
want
have?
me to read
Oh,
you the
yes, please.
questions now since you're
Um,
answering them?
yeah, of
Okay,
course.
cool.
Okay, so
Okay.
email Darwin, then he'll be able to answer the specific question. Okay, I'll send his email in the end of the chat.
When do I get the confirmation of selection result in the application workflow?
Uh, the confirmation of selection result. You mean your letter of acceptance, maybe? So you'll receive your letter of acceptance as soon as you filled in your course choice, and as soon, so it's me that needs to process you to send, or like process your application to send you the letter of acceptance, and I'll do this as soon as possible. But is this what you meant, your letter of acceptance?
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. You'll
Right.
receive it super soon. I promise. Okay.
So, so if I am pursuing a bachelor's degree and the courses are approved by my program, those that
Oh,
are dark green and dark blue, I can't take them.
that's true. Exactly. You can't take the dark blue or dark green ones if you're on a bachelor's level.
Any other questions? Oh, are there any opportunities or benefits for students who have mid-level qualifications such as HND in mechanical engineering? I think this might be a program student.
Mm.
Um, so we can't answer that because we don't deal with qualifications directly, but I don't think you will have a higher opportunity to start a different course in a program compared to your classmates. I think all classmates have the same opportunity to take classes, but you can always talk with your study counselor. And if you want to get in touch with the study counselor, I can just write you the email for them, and they'll help you with that. Is the exam for each course always right at the end of the period when the course is taught?
Um, yes, most likely. So we have different periods, or mostly you will have one study period, and then which is around 5 weeks. It can also be 10 weeks, it depends on the course. But for a normal 7.5 credit course, it's a 5 week period. And then at the end of these 5 weeks, you'll have an exam. And then you'll do another course. And at the end of the period, you have the exam. This is usually the concept, does not mean that there is courses that, yeah, deviate from this standard.
Do you do you want me to?
Hi, or do you want to add on to the answer?
No, no, just the next question.
Yes,
I was
please.
wondering. Yeah. I think this is for accommodation. So,
Oh, sorry.
no,
I
okay.
was just wondering if we can express a preference about who we'll live with since we are two students going together.
Yes, you can, but it's not guaranteed that you will be placed together. Of course, we will not place we try not to place two students together that do not know each other. We only place students together if we get a yes from both the students. But if we do have an opening with an apartment that's a shared apartment that's for two people, and you say you want to live with this person, then we try to place both of you into that apartment. So just write their full name, please. So I don't put the wrong person in with you. I don't think you would be appreciating that. So, any other questions? Okay.
Nice.
Well, then I'm guessing we should end. Oh, oh,
One more. How is the rent for accommodation calculated? So if I'm moving to my apartment likely in the week of 19th of January or earlier and leaving on the beginning of June, will I be charged the full rent?
no. So you will not be charged the full month's rent. So depending on the landlord you're in, I cannot speak for Adar, but I can speak for Hammer Nordic. They only charge you on the days that you're living in their apartments. Adar will not charge you the whole month, but they might charge you half the month. So I know for move-in, like the first move-in, so January 19th, they will only charge from January 19th to end of January. And then for June, they might charge you for half of June. So June 1st to June 15th. They won't charge, I think they might charge you the same for half a month if you are, moving out June 6th, for example. So
Is it possible for us to invite our friends to visit our apartment for some time?
Yes, it is. So the only, I guess, stipulation is if you are living in a corridor apartment. I know that ADAR, which is the landlord for those apartments, do not want guests living, or not living, but just living and visiting in those rooms because it is a shared space. So those are the only places that, or the only place that it's hard. I mean, the student can visit or the friend can visit, but I don't think can stay over in those apartments. But the other apartments, which you have your own space, of course.
For accommodation, I just need to fill in the form. That is a
Yeah,
question. Fill in the form.
yeah.
That is, um, that's it. Or do I have to do something more?
Nope, you just fill in the form and we'll get back to you with an offer at the beginning of December.
Are there advantages by sharing an apartment with another person? Rooms, cost of housing, and so on.
Yes, so you definitely get a cheaper living situation because most of the apartments that we offer, they have a flat cost. So you don't have to spend more on electricity, water, heat because it's included in the rent. It's not an extra cost. If you're in, but this is not true for all apartments in Charlottetown, but for the ones that we specifically offer for. So yes, you get a cheaper cost of living. But remember, you're sharing a space as well, so there could be downsides. It's really up to your preference. Any other questions? Okay, then we will end our webinar here. You can always email us at international. Oh, one more question.
One more. Last question for me. I filled out the form for accommodation twice as you published a new link. Does this cause conflicts, or which form do you prefer or do you refer to?
No, this does not cause conflict. So we only look at the, so if we notice that there is a duplicate, we take the most recent duplicate as your application because we understand students have, they might have forgotten to add their preferences the first time they applied. Yes. Okay. Any other
Okay.
questions?
Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, and I will send so you can either email us at international@hv.se for regular international student questions, so course changes or mobility or program student questions. For accommodation questions, email us at accommodation@hv.se. If you forget the emails, just we will transfer it to each other, so it's no problem if you email the wrong thing. And we will publish this video on YouTube and send you all the link later this week. So you will, so I'm not going to send the channel link right now because how we publish it, it's unlisted. So even if you were on our channel, you wouldn't be able to find it because you would only be able to find it through the link. So yes, so we'll send that to you later. But yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of the day or evening, depending where you are. And we hope to see you in the next webinar, and we'll send you the schedule for that. So have a nice, have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye.